So you've been looking to improve your photography. You googled how to take a good photo and came across a lot of photography jargon like composition, depth, symmetry, lighting, colors, contrast, and a hell lot of things. In this video today, we are going to simplify these terms for you and make the process of upping your photography game a little bit more easier. I'm your host Ananthan and let's roll. First, let's talk about the rules of photography. Most of these rules are in set in stone. They are all visual styles and methods used by greats in photography like Ansel Adams, Henry Cartier-Bresson, Annie Leibovitz, and so on. If you think about it, composing a shot is a very personal thing for a photographer. It's how they intend to look at the world around them. So these rules aren't anything but boring. They add the extra spice to your shots, the extra oomph that you need to make them stand out. So let's get started with the composition. How do you really take a picture? Whip your phone out of your pocket, point it towards the subject at your eye level and start snapping away, right? That serves the purpose. Now let's add some character to the shot. First up, we all look at the everyday world from our eye level. That's kind of boring. Try to bring your camera down or up. Your point of view decides the mood of the shot. Want to get that heroic shot or make someone look taller than they are? Go for the low angle. You want to show the environment of the shot with respect to the subject? Take a shot from the higher level. This will make the subject look much smaller but give you a sense of the surroundings. There are a lot of compositional rules like rule of thirds, centered, golden ratio, golden triangles, and so on. Let's talk about the rule of thirds. Here, imagine your image is divided into 9 equal segments with 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines. Placing a subject along these lines and intersecting points will elevate the subject and add balance to your shot. This is a very commonly used compositional technique. Most cameras and smartphones come with the ability to overlay this grid on your displays. Once you are done composing your shot, stop.
Wait a minute.
Evaluate everything in the frame. Make sure that the picture looks how you want it to be. Look for any distractions, any unwanted elements that take you out of the picture. If yes, change it. That means moving around a bit, finding the right balance. A small bit of effort here can mean the difference between a mediocre shot and an absolute masterpiece. Next up, let's talk about depth. We all love that buttery smooth bokeh in our photos, right? Shallower depth of field gives you the subject separation from the background, which makes it stand out and it looks pretty. But that's not the only way we can add depth to a photo. Take this photo as an example. This was shot inside a cave with aperture opened up wide at f9. But we can see the depth in the image. The rocks in the foreground and the sun rays coming from the skylight lends a sense of depth in the image. These elements give a three-dimensional look into the overall image. The important thing to keep in mind here is to maintain the balance so that the other elements don't overshadow the original subject. Let's move on to symmetry and spacing now. Horizontal symmetry is most commonly seen in our everyday lives. Take an imaginary line and put it smack dab in the center of the frame. And it should divide the scene into 2 equal halves. Look at this photo. The horizon cuts the scenery into 2 perfect halves, lending it a sense of balance. Speaking of horizons, always keep your horizon line leveled. Thank me later. Spacing is another simple technique to improve the look of your photos. Unless it's intentional, we never fill the frame with our subject 90% of the time. The space you create around the subject in the frame is negative space. It gives a sense of relationship between the focus point and the background. Now take a look at this photo. There is a lot of negative space above this beautiful city line. But the large canvas of the sky above it and the dramatic clouds give it a sense of proportion in relation to the city line and the sky. Next, let's talk about lighting, the most important aspect of photography. The word photography, translated from Greek, literally means painting of light. So we can't ignore this, right? Now we have a lot of lighting techniques. We can go on for hours talking about those. It deserves its own dedicated video. So not today. Instead, we'll talk about the light sources and how to use them. When shooting in natural light, it is important to understand the angle of the sun and how it affects your shot. There is a reason you are probably told not to shoot in the noon due to harsh light intensity and unflattering angles. It can be a front lit or backlit scene, but it is important to understand how you want the photo to look. The last hour before sunset and an hour after sunrise are considered to be the golden hours in photography. For example, take a look at this photo. It was shot in the evening, during sunset hours. The amber hues and the sharp lighting from the sun lend color and character to an otherwise mundane shot. A cloudy daylight scene with diffuse sunlight is perfect to shoot portraits and even landscapes. But if you want to shoot a portrait with defined features or the same with the landscapes, You can shoot at late noon for that hard dramatic lighting. Coming to artificial lighting, my personal suggestion to anyone getting started is to try to mimic the natural positions and lighting of the sun. That's how we usually see things. This method helps you present images in a very natural way. Anything creative, as I said, deserves a separate video. So do let us know if you guys want us to get into the nitty gritty of techniques in photography. Next up, let's talk about the color and contrast of the photo. Not the sliders in your photo editing app, but the actual color and the contrast of the photo. These set the tonality of the photo and add your unique flair to the images. Take this photo as an example. The magenta hues in the sky and the greens from the trees in the foreground are complementary colors. You might have seen a lot of movie scenes with blue and orange as complementary colors. These colors lie opposite in the color wheel spectrum and they complement each other. Don't believe me? Take any two complementary colors and add them. You get a grayscale color like black or white. Go on, you can test it out. You know what else you can test out? That subscribe button, that red thing down below. Give it a press, like bloop bloop, please. While you're at it, smash that like button cause it's time for me to have my biryani. I'll see you guys next time.